There's a fighting and standoffs between developers and neighbors. The city of Portland will begin new home demolition rules starting next Monday.
We've been pressing city leaders about their concerns for months, and tonight our Chris Woodard is following up. So what's next, Chris?
Yeah, and talk about a fight that's been going on for a while. We've been there every step of the way on this. Neighborhood activists now say that they've closed loopholes. Builders say this is a compromise, but this fight may not be over yet.
For 2 years, scenes like this have had some in Portland screaming mad. From tearfully watching homes go, to standoffs between neighbors and developers in the middle of the street.
We have our land rights. We have our permit to go.
To us getting answers about asbestos concerns.
More question for you.
We've been there for it all.
It's like that ancient Greek fable of the guy who kept pushing the rock up the hill only to have it come back down on him.
And starting next week, changes.
We're happy to say you can no longer simply wake up to a bulldozer knocking down the buildings around you.
I looked into the new rules and learned a push from neighborhood advocates has resulted in more notification to neighbors prior to demolitions and remodels, the option for neighbors to force longer delays of demolitions, and assurances developers have taken care of asbestos and lead-based paint issues.
It proves that the 200,000 people in southeast Portland can have a fair amount of clout when they get organized.
I reached out to the Home Builders Association to find out how developers feel. They call this a compromise.
And as it happens, we found that working with the developers was actually a little easier than working with city government.
But I did find many in the building community don't think these changes were necessary. And some worry the real issue is neighbors who don't want any demolitions as long as it's happening in their own backyard. And despite the victory, this neighborhood advocate says they're still not done pushing for change.
Behind me are 350-year-old sequoias, redwoods.
Now moving on to concerns like protecting trees from development.
So a big step here, but clearly a fight that's going to continue. Now these scheduled changes, they'll take effect on Monday. If anybody wants to see the full list of what's planned, you can head to our website at coin.com, and we've got the city documents linked there.
A lot of strong-willed people around here.
And you know, this really affected some of those traditional neighborhoods around here. That's a lot of emotion when you see an old house being torn down.
The older the homes, it seemed, the more controversy and the more pushback.
And the more emotion there, too.
Sure.
Chris, thank you for that.